to welcome you to our podcast recording, Let's Get Kicked Out. I am your host, Carrie. We have here
Nicole. You can call me.
Nikki T. Nikki T is here in the house. We also have our guest, Nikita. We're not going to call Nikita's last name. We're just going to say Nikita.
You can call the last name.
Nikita Davis.
There you go.
And we're so grateful that he agreed to coming on this podcast. We hope you guys enjoy. We want to create a comfortable, setting, environment where we can just talk and lay everything out on the table, So, here you go. The topic today is uncomfortable truths. And Nikita here has agreed to give one of his uncomfortable truths.
She reminded me today.
I'm glad he remembered. But anyway, so we just gonna start off. Nikita, you want me to
Go ahead, man.
bring it up? Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
Nikita has an issue with with same sex the male gender trying to hit on him, and he wants to understand why, because he's heterosexual
I
and
need you to say that one more time.
he's hetero, ladies, sexual,
For the ones in the bike.
hetero.
All right.
Okay, so but he just keeps for some reason getting hit on by men, and he wants to know why. So he's agreed to come and just kind of seek answers and maybe get a feel for why this keeps happening to him. So we're gonna discuss that. Nikita, how does that make you feel? Like
How does what make me feel?
when these guys hit on you?
Honestly, I don't understand. Half of me understands because I know, I'm a humble guy. But I do know I am attractive more than most. I get that.
Okay.
And plus with the body and everything, I get it. So it's kind of flattering, but I just wish more women would be as bold.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So you're single? Are you single?
Yes.
Okay, ladies, he's single.
Right. All right.
Okay, we gonna say how you can hit him up. No, anyway.
Instagram, no. Go ahead.
But so my thing I don't want to be like judgmental. I don't want to put people into like a bracket or try to associate this type of person with this thing. But he said, his body, and we do kind of know that a lot of guys, they go to the gym, just as some women go to the gym, just to meet people. It's a good place, a good way to meet somebody with the same, things in common as you. So it's a meeting ground. But beyond physical attraction, there has to be something else. So Nikita also plays the bass guitar. He's a musician, and there's a stereotype thing with that with musicians, being homosexuals and stuff, and it's not right all the time, but guilty by association.
It's not really the music. If I could step in, it's not the musicians. It's just nowadays more. I don't know what's the more politically correct. Is it homosexual, gay? They're more accepted in the more progressive churches. I can't even say progressive if you have a skill. And I know it's maybe a whole different topic, like Christianity and church or whatever, but it seems like today, as long as you have a skill, pastors will pimp you out, and not really even care about,
Wow.
your
Put a
lifestyle.
pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that. That's
But
the topic.
I'm just saying, so when you say musicians, I don't want you to think all musicians are gay. It's
Okay.
just that they're more acceptable in the church now.
Gotcha.
And so if you're in the church and then you have to deal with them, usually they're on the praise team, they're singing, so you have to deal with them in rehearsal. You have to, I won't say you have to be nice, but you have to be cordial. You have to talk to them. You have to get that relationship. And sometimes they can take that the wrong way.
Got you.
So,
you had sent me some messages showing me, the the ones getting in your
I
DMs.
surely did.
And do you still have it? Cause
I have them, but if you want to go ahead, I'm sure you
I
have them
just-
ready.
Okay, so the reason why I'm just like I wanna see what they say to you. Like what are they saying that is the reason why they're drawing themselves to you?
Oh, let's pull it up.
Okay, well let's see. Let me see, y'all. Get my phone. Where my phone went?
While you looking for that, let me get.
So are these people you know, or
No.
okay?
Most no. So this came up recently after I sort of went through a breakup in the summer, and so I have, it's going back to just history, low self-esteem or whatever. But going through the breakup, it kind of messed me up mentally. So just to try to get myself back out there, I started posting more. I
Gotcha.
usually post on Instagram. Then I just started posting on Facebook. I guess Facebook I have more friends on Facebook or whatever. And so I posted workout videos and stuff, and that's when everything started coming in.
Okay, so this hasn't been a lifelong thing. This has been.
Yes, it has been a lifelong thing.
Okay.
Short background, as I pour this, this is so sad, but I used to sing in the choir in church all the time. Used to be in the plays and whatnot. I went off to college. I used to sing for the college choir, the Afro American Gospel, the choir, and I was also in a group. And so singing, I didn't know at the time in those groups, in those gospel groups, you have a lot of homosexuals in those. Some known, some on the DL. And so for me going through college, it was more of like the ones that are known. Yeah, they would try to make passes, but then you have those suspects that you don't really know. And those are the ones I feel like they were in cahoots. So they would send the ones that you wouldn't think are to kind of try to see if he's this way. And I dealt with that throughout college and now. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it does. I also had like some friends kind of like the same background, and for the longest it was mistaken that they were because just of the people who they were around. Also being in the choir, being a musician, and same type of approach people try. And of course, people are going to try you unless you just come out, and just advertise that you are, they gonna see, just the point of, I mean, you're never rude. Like that's one thing.
No.
Like I know, like about you, you're never rude. You allow people to be who they are, and I think that's cool. And I don't know if sometimes they just don't kind of get the hint because you're like, I'm respecting that you are the way you are,
Right.
but I'm not. But it's like a point, at a point you're like, okay, enough is enough. And you be like, hey, man, I told you.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm looking at the messages that
Go ahead and
you
read about
sent
to
me.
it. Go ahead. That's
Y'all
fine.
brace yourselves, okay? Because like you said, they coming hard.
Have you heard these before?
I have not.
This is gonna be your first time over it.
Okay, so we have simple hello, and Nikita being Nikita, nice guy. Hey, how are you?
Well, okay. Well, before you continue,
Go ahead.
let me put this out there.
Yes.
I am a musician, so
Right.
when men come in my inbox, I'm thinking, especially the ones that I can kind of see that maybe in the church or maybe musicians,
Right.
I'm thinking they have an opportunity for me. I'm seeking a opportunity to play somewhere, some kind of gig. So for me, I'm gonna answer them in a way that's okay. Hey, how you doing? All right, let's get to business.
Right.
And I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, he said, "I'm decent. Are you interested in me?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Thanks for the honesty. I'm not gay." So he puts it straight to him, just like he said, straight to it. Whew. So, next one, $signs. question. Nikita sends a question mark. They like, let's meet. He like, for what? To discuss. They like, you. Once again, I'm not a gay man, but thanks for the offer. They didn't even stop right there. And I think that that's kind of when it just kind of gets a little disrespectful. Like, he even already told them, you know, now they're trying to offer money. So it's like $800 monthly. And this person, I'm bi, married, not gay. And key reply was, no thanks, I'm good.
Now, to be honest on that one, when he said 800, I should have thought about it because I do need these loans paid off. One, two, not for that, but he said he was bi, so I'm thinking maybe he wants to watch as something with the. I didn't think. I should have asked. I should have inquired more before. It probably would have been a no anyway. Go ahead to the next one. I'm just saying. Just go ahead.
Oh, we go down there. Let me get
go
there
ahead,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
trying to see where you getting it with that one.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the next one, yeah, I mean they thirsty. This one's trying to just develop some history, and once again, he tell him, I'm not gonna call out the school or anything. I'm not gonna go down that road, but seems like he's trying to identify, like, knowing you from a school or something. And once you get to that point, you're like, I'm not gay. No need to, no need for further conversation. So
Try to shut it down right then and there. I don't want to lead anybody on. I'll waste my time.
right, and yeah, it's like Sarah. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
So, do you think just
Actually,
it's just of opportunity, you know, because just like males, they just shoot their shot.
That's what I said. I get
And this
that.
is-
yeah.
So, are you just questioning why so much?
I think I am because I guess I just want to know why so boldly from the same like males as opposed to women. Like, what is it about me that screams, you're a guy, he's going to accept you, you know, ask him, go ahead and go for it. And why is it not happening with women? Like, because I know I've been told that you have an you look intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I mean, you asking two
What
black
is that?
women.
Right.
What is
And
intimidating?
so I want to answer. I would like an answer. This is
We
not my
get
podcast.
that all the time.
Like,
So what does that mean?
well, if a woman feels like you're intimidating for her to approach, or maybe standoffish, if she's come to you and it's truly her wanting something more from you, something, it's your availability. And by that, I don't mean just making yourself available, but I also mean emotionally available.
Yeah, but you got guys, they just see a picture and they just come on in. Why is it not the same with women? Is it because y'all don't want to be seen as thirsty, which I hate. Thirsty or
There's a thirst.
I guess depressed, not depressed, desperate.
There's this.
Like, I hate that. I don't see why.
Right.
But go ahead. We talk about it. Go ahead.
Nicole, you sound like you got something good to say, girl. I hear
I
it brewing.
I wish that we had somebody who was actually homosexual here, so they could, say, why they think, certain things. But I truly think that they're freer in the, like, say, hey, do you want this? Do you want, that they can, say that. I come from a family and a generation to where, men approach women. Like, you don't do that, type deal.
Why
It's like,
not? I know that's not the topic, and I don't want to go into a tangent, but just I want to understand why not. But go ahead, continue.
No, I mean, and truthfully, I think because I never sit on a dude's IG page or something like that, and I'm like, hey, what up? That type
Me
of,
neither.
like.
Okay, come on. We on the same page. On the same page.
But I mean, but with in the gay community, that's how they had to operate. Like they've been demonized and and othered
Right.
so much.
Right.
That's how they had to get together.
Right.
So they're used to that.
Right.
So I think it's like they never had the opportunity to be social like this, to go to the bar and say, hey, because they were always othered and
Right.
pushed out and things
Right.
like that. So this is their lane.
That's a
This
good
is how
point.
they go.
That's a good point.
And for me, and this again goes into the religious thing. I'm more of a progressive. I don't even consider myself religious. If I am, I'm more toward the progressive side of actually accepting homosexuals into the church. Maybe backlash from that, whatever.
Yay.
But
People are people.
I don't understand how preachers preach against 30, 45 minutes against homosexuality, but then try to wrap all sin up in the last 5 minutes. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, if sin is sin, and no sin is greater than the other except for blasphemy, and gay is not, or homosexuality is not black, why not accept them? And so, yes, I agree with you that they should be accepted, and that they're shut out, and it should not be that way. And I hate that. I have a couple friends now who I think are, but they will not open up, and I want them to open up. And so, one, I can know, and two, so they can be comfortable enough to do and say, because you can tell sometimes when people are, if you know they're a certain way, and then they try to say things like, you're trying a little bit too hard, you can let it go. You can let it go. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And I want that for them.
Yeah.
Because this is America, of course. It should be a free country. You do whatever you want. Which is why I want to move out west, because it's so much more freer than this whole southern thing. But anyway,
Out west?
it's so
like-
much more free. Out west.
How about east?
East, in one of the coasts, except for this
Okay.
whole
The
Bible
coast
belt.
areas.
Like, it's so...
The Bible Belt is very constrained, especially
yes.
the black churches. Like
And
you
I
know,
thought,
you
yes.
you grew up in the black church, and you
Yeah.
said you've had this issue within the black. I know some people like they can't do it because they'll get kicked out of the church, or
Right.
their parents will ostracize them,
Right.
or so that may have been also played a role in why some people back in the church area of them coming on to you, it was a DL situation because they can't let pastor know, because then they won't be able to be in charge of the children's ministry, because the mother of the church will have an issue or some stuff like that.
At the same
So-
time, you got these pastors out here
Slinging it every corner.
I don't want to call names.
We're not gonna call names.
Can I
Nikita.
please call a name?
No, Nikita.
It's a prominent.
No.
He's high in the.
Yeah, we
No.
can. This
Okay.
is Let's Kick
I
Out,
thought
Carrie.
yes.
This is Liz.
Let's test that out.
No.
Anyway, so you have pastors out here cheating on their wives,
Yes.
but they have the following of like the Trump supporters, and they will believe and just follow them regardless of their transgression. I'm like, okay, if y'all can follow him on that and forgive him for that, homosexuals, like what? Why y'all throwing them out with the bathwater? I don't understand. But
Well, whew, yeah. Hot topic. But it is what's going on with today's time. So, it's real. So,
let's have so much more I can say about that.
we feel like there's going to be a part 2 to this. We do. But right now, I feel like we need to go to a little relief. That right there. Alright, so Ursha said every time he think he finds the one, then turns around and another one comes. That's some self-sabotaging mess, because I'm trying to understand. When you know you got a good one, why is it so easy for you to just go back to something that you know ain't either worth it, it's not good for you, you didn't had it and realized it wasn't good, and you're willing to risk it all. Okay, Nikita got a comment to make.
No. I just want to make a correction. You
Go ahead.
said
Okay, go ahead.
he went back to one. He said he found another one, meaning someone he did not know previously.
Oh, but no, in the song, you gotta listen to the whole song.
I'm listening to the part that you pointed out.
Okay, you right. Okay, well, we're gonna stay right there. Even still, why willing to
I'm trying to
risk
help him.
that? He's helping me. Why are you willing to risk messing up something that you know is going good for something that you don't know at all? I mean, so that's my thing. I just want to be, enlightened with that, because I'm not a risk taker. I'm not. So, getting a little text from my ex, which I know it happens. I know it happens because it happens, with me. Like, I'll be doing good with somebody, and here comes, your old fling, something that didn't happen a long time ago, trying to text back what you saying, what?
So how you gonna ask why?
But I don't
have you
entertain
done
it because I don't entertain it. He's clearly entertaining it.
You say you don't entertain it for the cameras.
I don't entertain it. Like, if I'm with somebody, I'm with them. There's no way.
But you said you've done it before.
No, I mean, I've gotten. Let me clear that up.
Oh, now she got to clear up.
No, what I mean is that situation. The situation happens when you be with someone and everything's going good. I'm the girl on the end. I'm not Ursha. I'm the girl.
Get the hell out of here.
But I'm just saying, like, I'll be in a relationship, everything going good, and then here comes the ex, or here comes a female, or here comes somebody
You
new.
scared me.
And then, okay, all of a sudden I know I'm not getting the phone calls, I'm not getting the text message. Y'all excuse my little dog down here attacking everybody's ankles right now. You might not see it on the camera, but there's a little chihuahua making her presence known. So, but every time, like, the relationship can be going good, and then all of a sudden homeboy kind of fall off. And the only thing that I can associate with that makes sense is somebody that jumped in his DM, somebody that sent the text messages, he's entertaining something else. So that's what I'm saying, I understand. Which, on my end, I've been dating, like, if I date somebody, I've gotten messages from old exes, but I don't associate. I'd be like, oh, that's it. I'm not talking to y'all. Or I delete, remove, block.
So she said.
And that's my thing. Like, if I haven't been with somebody for like a long time, like I have a couple of people that I've had like a long-term relationship with. Like, you're still in my phone. But if it's just like a month, 2 month thing, you gone out the phone.
Right.
You gone off the Facebooks.
What do you mean gone out if you're with someone, and then someone that you used to be with a month or 2 months ago, is that what you're saying? I'm trying to get.
Well, I'm just saying, like, unless I've had like a long-term relationship, 2+ years, like, you're not in my phone anymore. Like,
if they mess up.
If I'm not with you anymore, you're not in my phone
She's
anymore.
cutting all connections.
Like, there's because we don't have. But no, we don't have children. We don't have property. I don't need to communicate with you.
Well, not yet. You gotta give the time for that connection.
But not if we're broken up.
But then you have situations like Ursha is experiencing in this song.
Well, see, now I do have an issue with that. Again, this goes back to the comment that I made. I wish I was dating back in the 40s. Back then, you only knew people who you saw. Physically, who you saw. Going to work, coming home, going to the grocery store, going to church, yes. Nowadays, you don't even have to physically see them. You can swipe, and then you have so many options.
Yeah.
That's what I think is the worst thing about. I love technology. I'm thankful for it, but that could have been very detrimental to dating. It has been detrimental to dating because you have those options. You have the option to see not only who's a couple of streets away from you, but if you're going on vacation, you can plan ahead of time. I'm not saying I've done it. I'm not saying I have.
Wow.
Confection.
But I'm just saying.
But also, like, with specifically talking about this, if you're with somebody, ain't no entertaining nobody else.
Right.
Ain't no apps, ain't none. Because especially at a certain age, if you're at a certain age, after a certain point, I feel like, if we are communicating and, like, it is not for just to be play. It is to build.
To build.
So
right.
if I'm planning on building, I don't have anything else entertaining.
But how long have y'all been in this relationship? Are we talking a month and now y'all in love?
But
Or
no,
are we
no,
talking about...
it ain't even love. But if it's like, if I found somebody and I say, okay, I'm interested in you, I want to give all my opportunity and time and thought space to that one person, because if I'm entertaining other things, I'm
You're
not
gonna get
focused
100%. You're not.
on that thing.
You're not. You
That makes sense.
Right.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
Problem with that is
Okay.
the ones that you're dealing with, and this may rub off on you.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that you're dealing with like that, the ones that have put all their eggs in one basket, and then after a few months, everything went south. And so you say, oh, I could have been talking to somebody else while you, okay, so let me try this again.
Yeah.
All my eggs in this basket.
Yeah.
Now I'm disappointed. You know what? Forget it. Let me spread some stuff around, and that's where you ultimately come to, which is this is dating nowadays.
I get that, but also it is upon me to make sure whomever I'm dealing with is doing the same thing. That
You're not
because
with them 24/7.
and
That's
you're
the
not,
problem.
and you're not.
That's the problem.
But again, it's about building a relationship,
It is,
building
I
a
agree.
relationship of trust, building a
agree.
relationship of communication.
I agree.
Because even though we're not together 24/7, hey, a text, a
Right.
smiley face, a wink, just to let me know, okay, you're still on my mind.
Right.
That's all it takes.
That constant communication needs to be there.
Even
has
if
to
I
be
don't
there.
see you, even if I don't see you, and
Nikki, what's that look for? Are you saying some things? Are you
I
saying
gotta
some
let you
things?
finish. I gotta let you finish.
Okay.
Go ahead.
and the it's over. That's life. A lot of people are just, especially nowadays, are trained for quick and easy, and it's hard building a relationship. It's
very
hard.
It is.
Nowadays.
It's
Again,
hard.
which I wish I was back in Florida.
It is.
You keep referencing that.
It is.
It's
The dating, just the dating.
but also in the 40s, you dealt with crap. Even the 40s, 50s, 70s,
Right.
they,
Right.
they stayed when they were beat. They stayed when hubby had kids
They
on
had
the two
to.
corners on the side.
But they had to because they had. Why did they have to? And this is a whole nother thing, because women were housewives. Where else were they gonna go? They had nowhere else to go. They've been in the house, so they had no choice but to deal with
True
it.
to the point.
This is true.
True to the point.
is true.
True to the point. The women were more domesticated.
Might as well just call them Fido. I don't even like them.
But at the same time, living, one parent being at the house raising the kid, the other parent raising the kids. The women had about 5, 6, 7 kids, so it was easy for them to just stay at home, raise the kids while the man go and make the living, bring it back. Nowadays, you need 2 incomes coming in. Both of them can't be at,
It's a
so
minimum.
it's harder. It's
Yeah.
harder.
Just going back to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it has impacted me. I can say I can identify with that, because after my first couple of relationships, well, I've only been in one relationship, and that was a while ago, back in high school. I don't know if you can consider that a real relationship, but it lasted. But after putting all my eggs in that basket, and then ultimately she cheated, it's like, well, what the hell? And so you have trust issues. You don't know what to do. You're thinking, now if you date somebody, what if she's talking to somebody else? Well, what if somebody's in her room at the time? What if somebody's in her dorm room like he was at the time?
Men do this? Men go through this?
If you would talk to some of them, really talk.
Carrie.
So, and that's what I'm saying. So now you can, if I am giving you insight, I hope it's something that you can take and, this is what we go through. And this is why you have so many broken men nowadays, because we have tried that, put all your eggs in one basket. A woman messed up, she cheated or whatever, and now it has broken us psychologically to where it's like, all right, what was the point of me putting all my eggs in one basket? At the same time, you have the education system, you have us having a business mind of spreading out, diversifying our portfolio. And so that kind of comes in with it as well. So it just makes, for me, I'm a logical guy.
Okay.
When it comes to business, it makes sense diversifying, but not when it comes to dating. I don't want to say it makes sense, but it's safe. Almost like an investment.
You know,
Okay.
You want to make the safe bet.
The safest.
You don't want your heart broken, so you don't want that one person to break it. So you don't want that one person to have that much control over you. And that's how somebody had over me.
Right, right.
So
I
when
get
they
it.
broke my heart, it affected me so much. I said, I will never do that again. So
Wow.
I'm gonna spread, I'm gonna diversify.
can we? This would be a mental health for Black folks.
Case
This
in-
is the thing.
case
It's
in
like
point.
hurt people. Because how do you know that girl isn't going
Right.
through the same thing? I'm gonna get him before he get me.
Yes.
It's that type of mentality. It's like you can't go into a relationship unless you're whole with yourself. So if you are still having doubts and flashbacks of past,
You might not.
you ain't ready to
you
go
ain't
nowhere.
ready yet.
You ain't ready
Right.
to give
Which
nothing
is
to nobody.
Why I have a therapy now.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And that's one of the things when I had this situationship, and I do call it situationship. It went fast. It was like 4 or 5 months in the summer, but then all of a sudden the way it ended. We're supposed to see her on a Friday. She said something happened. All right, cool. Supposed to see her on another Friday. The following Friday, something happened. Between Friday and her still texting me and sexting me, till Monday and me seeing that she had another guy as her MCM,
Wow.
I'm like, what the hell happened in 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah.
That trust is broken, and now I can't get answers from her. That drives me crazy. I was suicidal. I was depressed. I lost 13 pounds in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Now I got trust issues, and that is what drove me to physical therapy, because for like 2 or 3 weeks, I was done trying to figure out, play detective. What the hell happened? How did this happen? Do I go to her Twitter and see what else has been happening?
Nikita, I could have did a drive-by. Scratch that.
Bad habits.
Scratch
No.
But and that's what I'm saying is because of the options out there, you don't even know if somebody's talking to somebody.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't. You don't.
And that's what makes it hard, which again, I keep going back to dating. I wish I was dating in the 40s or the 50s.
So Nikita has just said that basically he wants somebody that's basically just find like his mom or dad find him somebody, and then
It's all right.
I'm not
arranged.
with arrangement.
an arranged
No.
marriage
No.
basically, because in the 40s I kind of think that's kind of what they did. But anyway,
No.
You want to continue with the verse, Carrie?
yeah, let's see what these,
Okay.
let's finish listening to these bad habits. All right, so that's the ex. You already know she's an ex for a reason. So your new girl is the best. Why in the world would you risk all that? So that's the thing. That was the verse basically I guess I really wanted to hit, because I mean, what is it? I mean, don't enter into another relationship basically if you have unresolved issues from your past, which is what Nicole just basically said. Like, make sure you're healed from that side. I've read I don't know how many Facebook messages where people have said, "Oh, it's no need to heal from your ex. Just move on." And I was just like,
That's the quickest way to get it under another one.
That's the quickest way to
That's
have
what they
the
said.
same problem
That's what
that
they
you
said.
had from the
I'm sorry.
last
Continue.
one.
I'm sorry.
Which is what, yeah, you're right. That is what they say. But I mean, 9 out of 10, the same issues just gonna keep happening, gonna keep reoccurring, and somebody else gonna come in, and just as that ex is now your current, the ex is gonna come back. But it's up to you ultimately to realize, okay, how's this good for me? Recognizing yourself as a person, what you're looking for, what do you want in a person, knowing who you are, then knowing what to look for, and recognize, okay, these things are not good. Let me disconnect myself from this. I have someone here. Basically, we're heading the same direction. We got the same purpose. We got the same goals. They want what I want. Take the time to actually get to know those things about a person before you actually enter in something with them. That way you can know y'all heading in the same direction. That's basically what I feel like, when it comes to the pre-steps to dating. Like, have a conversation. Find out if y'all can head in the same direction. Then if y'all feel like y'all got a lot of things, lined up, and coming. That's my daughter coming in. But okay, y'all compatible in areas. So basically, you already didn't, identify those things, so you can build something with that person. But at that point, no one from your past or no ex something should be able to come in and break something like that up, because you're already building something at that point. So that's my opinion about it, basically.
That take too goddamn long.
It does not, Nikita.
Ain't nobody got time to do all that.
It does.
But
Hey, cut
Get to
down,
know somebody.
cut down that Facebook
Which
scrolling
one?
time.
So my question is, what's the rush? What's the rush? If we are building something, what's the rush?
What do you mean what the
What's
rush
the
is?
rush?
Do you know the death rate of a black man nowadays? We gotta get this thing going. You know how like we're getting killed by officers
This
every
is
day.
Truth.
We've
Yes.
been killed by our own people every day. We ain't got time. The average, what we living to what now? 40, 45? We gotta get this thing going. But no, I mean, honestly, and for me, if you're asking, and it's only my opinion, what's the rush? I do tend to kind of rush the process because of the restart, the cyclical way dating is going nowadays. It's online dating. Is you see someone, you meet them, you talk for a day or two, maybe a week, and then all communication stop. Well, damn, I just wasted time. All right, let me try again. Same shit. Damn, let me try again. So you try to cut out some of that stuff. So I've gotten to the point where now it's like, all right. They say, well, tell me about yourself. No, you ask me what you want to know, because I don't need all these fillers. I'm trying to get to a place where I do want to rush that process and get to that place where we're comfortable, and so we're not walking on eggshells because somebody's trying to impress the other person. So we gotta go through these protocols of asking, okay, well, what's your favorite color? What do you like? What is this? Like, that is why?
You're trying to streamline your dating process.
Because you're just talking just to talk at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Don't give me the fillers. Just tell me, what do you want to know?
I mean, but that comes into who you're picking.
Right.
And that's the thing. And it's like,
because
it's like, who are you picking to where the only intelligent conversation they got is, ooh, ain't that color pretty?
Basically.
Why aren't you picking somebody that's talking about the deficit? Or, the last political fiasco we had.
Right.
How, that to me plays a role in the, right.
So let me ask you this: how would you label that type in a word or phrase? How would you label it?
You can't, because you can't tell a book by its cover. So you would have to, get to know somebody.
Basically, do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, some people think that some people, no. Some people actually think that certain questions or certain things shouldn't be brought up at the first time you meet that person.
Exactly.
But actually, that's not true.
That's
Ask
y'all's gender. And I'm
difficult
sorry, I am going to put y'all in that bucket.
Ask
That's
those
y'all's
questions gonna make
Yeah.
Let me stop it right there.
Okay.
That's y'all's gender that does that, because you know why? Because y'all don't want to be seen as a thought or desperate. I hate that. Ask what you want, because women don't want to jump into this. Because they say, oh, I don't want to be a thought. I don't want to be seen as desperate. He gonna think I'm moving too fast. I don't want to be seen as this is my other friend, because this is what we talk about. This is what we see on TV, because they say they're thoughting. And forget all that. Like, I don't like that word. If you want something, go after it.
That's dealing with.
Why can't you do that?
But that's dealing with, I guess, physical pleasure or sexual pleasure.
That's not even dealing with that.
That's what they're associating it with. Thoughts. To me, that's what. If you talking about thoughts, those are women who are going after men. They're willing to throw it at it for whatever, throw their bodies.
But it's not even that. It's not even that. It's even at the point of a woman cannot come and talk to a man. Why? Because of tradition. Because the man findeth the woman. I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
This is not
damn
biblical times.
I said earlier, that's how in the South I was raised.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not saying I subscribe to that at this
I
present
don't at
moment
all.
too good and grown for it. So, you know, again, it's who you pick.
Right.
I've kind of picked. I've
But
picked.
see, her
I'll
family
pick
is
it.
deeply rooted in religion.
No. But I've actually, like, I have approached men. I
Mm-hmm.
have been the first to say, hey, you know, like, years back, like
Give us an example.
2011. Like, I'm in the club and see this guy and he's on his phone on Facebook and I'm elevated so I can look over his shoulders
It's the
and see
first time
clearly.
you ever been elevated in your life.
You know what? Don't insult me at this table. So, I can clearly look over his shoulder and see what he's on. So, you know, I just was, you know, being down like, hey, you know, while you're on Facebook, go ahead and send me a friend request. You know, I give him my name. And he was like,
See, that'll get the blood flowing.
And so,
That'll
next
get
thing I
the
know, it's like, ding, I'm smooth with it, baby, you know? And, so, you know, I get a little ding and he actually did it.
I wish.
And come find out, he was like, you know, he was like, wow, I've never had that done before.
We like that.
And it's like, this probably like, we had a 10-year age difference. And I was like, oh man, I just brought the little old dude in on something. But, you know, whatever. But that didn't work out though, you know, come find out, you know, he had dated my sister, so, you know, whatever. Anyway, scratch. But,
Was this
shut your face.
K and B.
K. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, but the thing is with that, women approaching men and not whatever, a lot of women are reluctant to do it as well because a lot of it's fear based, it's fear of rejection, but also it's like the woman feels like, if the man approach her, then it's like basically she got a good chance of being, like, he knows what he wants. Like, you got 10 beautiful women at a table and all the women pretty. Like, what's going to make him choose which one? So it's like you leave that up to that man to decide because, like, I have sisters. We all look the same. We date within the same age group. But it's like, if a man approached that table, I mean, he tried to holler at my sister, you know, I'm just going to be like, I thought he was cute, but hey, he hollering at her, so cool. But it's like that man, you know, hearing from him, he be like, well, all y'all fine, how I supposed to know who to pick? You know, all y'all look like decent women, how I supposed to know who to pick? You know,
Diversify.
have a conversation. Don't try to talk to us all. Once you know who we are to each other, do not try to talk to us all at the same time.
Hey, you never
So,
know.
basically, I mean, that's why a lot of women kind of like sit back and just kind of like, oh, let him pick. Let's see if when he approach who he's gonna, you know, see he connects better with. So that might be another.
That's one scenario.
It is
But
one
that is
scenario.
only
It
one
is,
scenario.
but it is a scenario.
That's a very
I'll
specific scenario.
It
give
is.
you another scenario of sometimes, especially as a black woman, I don't know if a black dude is dating within his culture. Like,
Get the hell out of here! How you not know that?
absolutely. There are some black men that just don't
Date
black women.
They don't. Yeah.
That's almost like saying that some women don't date black men. Look at that. You gotta work the other way.
But
It's the same issue.
like specifically, don't mess with them.
Okay. And so,
So
how you
it's
find
like-
out? Sir, do you date black women? Simple as that.
Really? Do you think?
Really? Or you gonna be like, man, this girl crazy.
I'm
What she
just
like?
saying. I may be exaggerating, but that's how
Yeah.
you find out. You go and that's my thing. Nobody has labels on I wish God would have put labels on people's foreheads so you'll know this one's
I don't
crazy.
know what my label would
This
say.
one's ignorant. But he didn't.
A little bit of psycho miss with a little bit of sweet.
Man,
I'm sorry.
no.
But no, but that's the thing though, and a lot of people tell me, well, where are you meeting these women? You need to meet them. You should have done this. You should have asked them this. Y'all don't come with labels on your forehead. God didn't give us an instruction manual on how to, what to look for in a woman in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So how else are we supposed to know? Y'all keep saying where you looking, why you looking in these certain places. You need to find this certain type of woman.
Mm-hmm.
When we won't know until we actually try.
Yeah.
And so
But
you're saying it's bad decisions, but we don't. Again, y'all don't come with labels on your forehead.
But also, in whatever space you're meeting these people, when you ask a question that, see how she responds, see how the conversation flows within a simple, so that it's
Have a
not
conversation,
that.
yes.
Yes, I got to
So
have
it's
that
not that
conversation.
color, type of question.
Right.
Throw out, hey, what do you think of this new proposed tax plan? Even if it's just,
Let's go straight to politics.
anything. Truthfully, that is not within that realm, and then you can see if she is just as much as an intellectual attraction to you as a physical attraction.
Right. And that's
I get that, but it's hard for guys nowadays because women nowadays, and I blame TV, I blame reality TV. Y'all are so,
these real houses.
y'all are independent. You don't need a man. Y'all got this RBF, which I hate that word. but
What
it's
is it?
The
Define
resting
that for me.
face where you just don't. And you just don't know how to. I don't know how to approach women nowadays, especially since women are now blasting men on Facebook, on social media, just by them coming into their DMs.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how else are you supposed to meet someone?
Mm-hmm.
You can't meet him at the gas station. I don't know why he's trying to talk to me. I'm just trying to pump gas. You can't meet him at the grocery store. I'm just trying to get my damn groceries while he's trying to come and talk to me. You can't go in the DMs. Look at this nigga while he in my DM. Look what he posted. Look how he looked. Like, what? We don't want to be embarrassed either.
I give you that.
Understood.
I
So
would give
how
you
do
that.
you approach women nowadays?
I would give you that. I would
It's
give you that.
confusing.
And it seemed like we were both saying the same thing. There's no difference between what a woman goes through versus a man, what he goes through.
Say that one more time.
There's no difference.
Say that one more time for the ones in the bite. I'm just saying because y'all women really feel like there is a difference. There's a lot of women that feel like we don't have emotions. Like we don't have the fear of disappointment like y'all do.
But those who feel that way is because they've been hurt by men who, probably, show little to no emotions. Or, that hard. It's the same thing. It's the same. it is. So, I mean, we all run into that same cycle. So you can't gender specify it, I guess. But I mean, that's the thing. We both need to understand, because I don't like to see women bashing men, and I don't like to hear men bashing women. I like to just specify it to that person, because each person is different. You start labeling everybody as the same, and they're not, or this, but
Oh, y'all do it all the time.
Being
These
willing-
niggas ain't.
just being willing to hear that person. Hey, when you walk up and I approach you, I'm coming. Identify the fact that I might be coming out of my comfort zone. So, from a woman's standpoint, if I approach a guy I'm comfortable doing, I've done.
Clearly.
Shut up. So, acknowledge that. Oh wow, she's approaching me. Wow, let me take time to listen to what she say. But also, I mean, the conversation that you want her to hold that same conversation. Be able to hold that same whatever questions you want to ask her. Be willing to answer. No, when she asks you those questions, be willing to answer them. And honestly, like, tell people exactly where you are. Tell people exactly what you're looking for. Like, be honest about it, because that's the thing. Like, so many people bring their representative. They never bring their true selves to the conversation. And so sometimes that's why you catch those little cracker-barrel conversations, I like to call them, like, what's your favorite color, Red? Because that's the only thing, like, they're coming fake anyway, so they don't know really how to hold a true, real conversation, because they're not bringing their real, true form to the table anyway.
Why I gotta be Cracker Barrel? Why
Cracker
you can't say
Barrel.
Popeyes?
I say, man, I like Popeyes.
Okay,
yo.
I'm sorry.
I like Popeyes, yo.
My bad.
Just saying,
Go ahead.
But, it's just those things, like, 9 out of 10, you catch a person who not really trying to hold those deep conversations. Like, I kind of try to avoid them people, though, for real, because you're not even letting me in. You putting a block up.
If you meeting them at the club and they already 4 or 5 shots
Well, what?
into crime,
Let me say
That is
about
a horrible
let me say about
place
the
to
club
meet
thing.
somebody.
First of all,
you just said you was looking over somebody's
I
shoulder.
was, and
in
the
the
woman
club.
that I was then is definitely not the woman I am now.
So you say.
I have grown so much, Nikita.
I'm just.
But let me just put this out there. Trying to find somebody in the club First of all, those deep conversations you're trying to look for and have, you're not gonna have them in the club. First of all, they can't hear you.
You can't hear at all.
Yeah.
You can't hear. She ain't looking like her true self. She all glamorified, Barbie-fied up.
Man,
Like if you want to meet the real person, don't meet them at the club because you're not gonna see it, nor are you going to hear it.
And in 2020, you better not be in the club. Right about
Yeah,
now.
don't be.
We was in a pandemic.
Yeah, we trying to
Don't be in
survive a
the club.
pandemic. Don't be in the club. You know.
Y'all done go to the
From
club?
healthcare workers, don't be in the club.
No, but we just gonna put that out there because we care
Don't
about
be in the
y'all.
club.
But go to those quiet places. Men think you gotta spend a lot of money. Women think you got to I got to be fine dying. First date, you want to take somebody to a bill that's gonna come out $200 something.
You can't do it.
We do it. No, we not gonna do that. Cause first of all, and I'm a female. And I'm finna say this. Don't take a woman to a place that's like 4-star right away. Don't do it on the first date. Cause whatever you start, you got to keep it up. If you really want to know,
she ain't saying she rejects the idea.
Right.
She just saying if you do it, keep it up.
Shut up, Nikki. But
See, I'm going with this, right? Okay.
Okay, whatever. But no, this is the thing though. No, because at the end, if it doesn't work out, and this is just my opinion, if it doesn't work out or something, he gonna be like, oh, she was only with me for my money. She only wanted a free meal. This.
Is it?
If that's not what you're gonna be able to do or present the whole entire time, or that's not what you're comfortable with financially or whatever, don't start it. Like, do not start it. Go to a park. Go to an art museum. Go
I thought you
to.
gonna say Golden Corral.
Nah, that ain't safe either. I love y'all go
At
to Corral.
all.
I love y'all go to Corral, but that ain't safe either right now. So, but I'm just saying, like, don't do that, because when it don't work out, or if you want to know the person's true intention, my mom used to always tell me, you want to know a person, tell them no. So basically that's it. So don't try to come with all that fake stuff and be like, oh, I'm finna take her this, and then 2 ways down the road you like, oh wait, I got to count. Wait, let me go on my account, let me check. Oh, I can't hold it up. And then you so happen to get one of them women who like, oh no, you got to do this. This is what I require. This is what dude, you could have caught that at day one. You could have found that out. Had you not gave her that or did that or opened her up to that. What you got to say, Nikita?
That's not because that's what you're saying is what you would find in a utopia. That would be ideal.
Oh man.
That's not what these women are here saying.
Yeah.
And you know that.
I only know what I do.
Because
But I do know some.
women nowadays, they say, some say, I can't say all, some
Right.
say.
I like
that
we
word choice.
pull-
You caught it. You
Pull
caught
the
it.
generalization back.
Yeah.
There you
Some
go.
say if they are old school, they have the old school parents, and it's taught from their parents. If a guy don't take you out, he ain't worth it. Don't bother. Okay, so take him out. I can't say McDonald's because y'all too bougie for McDonald's.
I like them French fries though with extra salt on. Make sure
Where's
they hot
bougie
and warm.
coming from?
I'm just saying. So you said take them out. Okay, I'm thinking you hungry because women like to eat. All right, I like to eat too. Cool.
I like art too.
When I say, okay, I won't take you to the bottom of the bottom. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. I don't want no Chick-fil-A.
Baby,
All
I like that number one. Can I get?
Let me know what she thinks.
I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm sorry.
I don't want no chick to take me out. I want to get dressed up. Oh, okay. So that limits the option even more.
But she just showed you. She already just showed you right there.
But you trying to, right. And that's why, again, as a result,
Okay.
I don't like going on dates,
Yeah.
the first dates that require like going to a restaurant. Like I don't like doing that.
Can I ask you something?
You can, because that's what this whole thing is about.
Thank you. This might be one of those little, what's your favorite color questions, but I'm going to ask it. What's your idea of a perfect date?
That, I don't know if I'm qualified to. I don't know. A perfect date, somewhere where you can be comfortable, be in an intimate setting, and just as a disclaimer, intimate, of course, we know does not mean just sexual. It means more of a comfortable, quiet, nurturing setting. where no money is being spent, and just somewhere where you can go and get to know each other. Yeah, and both people are gonna have a decent time. I'm just saying. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is Netflix and chill. But we all know what Netflix
I was saying, in my head, when you were, I was like, you want to be at the house.
Right. Now for me, I am a homebody.
Right.
But that's like a comfortable, if not my house,
All right.
her house.
Yeah.
Let me throw you a fishing line. Let me. Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
let's break down this Netflix and chill because we know what society has deemed it.
Right.
But right now, go ahead. Go ahead, Nikki T.
This is no longer lyrical reflections.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Thank
we're
you.
we're off
Oh, yeah,
lyrics.
We can go
But
back
that's
to
okay.
No.
No.
Baby, we done hit a left turn, made a quick right.
You know, and now we're in another state.
We
But
gonna
that's-
circle back.
that's
My daughter
good.
just came around.
We're gonna circle back. We're gonna
Hey,
circle
Cody, you want some chicken? Get your plate, baby. That's the we made a hardcore right
Yeah.
on
back.
Avenue.
We're coming back.
On Avenue, hit it where you at. But anyway,
Coming back.
so with the Netflix and chill thing, not defining it to what society think it is, which they say Netflix and chill. You come over and that's I guess obviously we got to just
Netflix asking, are you still watching?
Exactly.
get to it. But for real, say you here you are, you meet somebody and you guys have developed a conversation, and in that conversation you learn from this person that they love movies, and you both love movies. So to build a good opportunity for dating, if y'all are comfortable with, she feels safe, being at his house, or he feels, comfortable being at her house, safe too, because, women out here doing crazy things too.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, like setting you up so you can get beat up by her baby daddy, his, whatever. But anyway, so that's basically, y'all have realized y'all got a common interest. So let's build on that to prepare a date for that properly. Let's magnify it. Let's grow that. Okay, what kind of movies you like? I like this movie, this type of movies. Okay, let me bring my set. You bring your set. Man, I like being outdoors. Like, I mean, we can hook up the TV outside. Build a campfire. Do something. Grill. You can turn it into such a intimate, cool. Thing. It goes beyond just Netflix and chill quotations. So it's like, get creative. I'm just saying, like, that way it breaks that idea of, oh, you just gonna be on myself, he just wanna be laid up, or get creative with it. Like, girl, how about we just turn into this? Or, she suggests, baby, can we do this? Let's do this. Let's take it outside. Let's do this. Let's line up a theater, invite some folks, put it in a cooler, whatever, turn it into a whole fun thing. This pandemic, you're limited to what you can do anyway. So it's like, be creative with dating. Be creative. That person can also see another side from you. They can also see that you're willing to something so simple. I mean, it helps put that building, what you bring, what I bring, and it doesn't cost a lot. But it also says that this person is willing to, come in with you and create something that's pleasant to enjoy. I mean, it's just offer a different side of what you can do, outside the whole Netflix and chill thing. That's how you can know if somebody really want to do, do something different, be a part of your life, actually have something, and not just Netflix, chill, and have sex, because that's what they be defining it as.
Okay, so, but whose fault is that for that whole terminology to having a negative connotation?
I don't know.
When some people actually just want to Netflix and chill. And by chill, I mean, for me, I can cook. I'll cook you a meal, have drinks, some good tap water. Birmingham got some good tap water. Some of those you can see the minerals in it, but whatever.
Tastes like
Don't
milk.
knock it till you try.
Tastes like milk. You gotta get a shot after you drink it.
Hey, then there you go. What I'm saying is the Netflix and chill can literally be Netflix and chill. And I like if the chemistry is right, if the vibe is going. For me, this is 2020. I don't want to get me too. I am scared to death. I will never initiate. but I will finish.
Nope.
But all I'm saying is that Netflix and chill could literally be Netflix and chill. Y'all chill and have a good time. It doesn't. I don't know why I do know why there's a negative connotation to it.
I mean, it's societal.
Yes.
It's just something that has become a life of its own. Like, I don't think it's like that for everybody, but societally, when you say something like that, it automatically goes to the sexual aspect of it. Like, so I think it's just these kids.
No.
That's made it like that.
But you
can't be like, oh, he wants sex. He talking about Netflix and chill. He wants sex, and then you get yourself over there and probably about 15, 20 minutes in the movie, you know, you kind of rubbing on a thigh or something because you creating confusion and mixed signals. So ladies, you can't be sitting up there telling someone, oh, he's just trying to get me over there, and then he gets you over there, and you can't even hold true to what, you know, basically, you know, yeah.
Hold true. Hey, let that out. If that's what they want.
If that's what they want.
I'm just saying.
You know, both parties, but I'm saying for the ones who be like, he's just trying to use me for sex, but then she get over there and she's throwing up them little mid signs. Like,
that's what she wanted.
True to the fact, but then she can't come back and say, well, you know, you just using me, you just want, you know.
That's what y'all do. That's what's so confusing about dating.
Generalization.
But it's true. Exactly what she just said is what's going on. It's like
with in your dating experience, right?
From what I've seen on social media. Because, you know, y'all, us, black folk, put everything out there on social media.
But, you know, also, people tend to lie on social media, too.
Right.
Like, people tend to exaggerate or, you know, it is an exaggeration of people they're with, things they've done. You know, it's all, to me, there are some social media can be great, but also it creates this mind of greed, entitlement, betterment type of, you know, type of feeling. So who knows, these people are telling the truth on social media.
Exactly.
That's a facade to me.
But that's the problem, and we get to become like these sheep, and we believe everything we see on social media. So that's how we shape our minds and thoughts because of what we see on social media, and that is dangerous.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know, and I want to ask you two, do you think, and I feel like we're going on an irreversible course, do you think that is how youth nowadays will, I mean, they get all their information from Facebook, social media, Twitter, and all that. So is that an irreversible course? Is that
absolutely?
I think so.
Absolutely.
So what do we do about that? Like,
nothing. The only thing you can do is to create better spaces in those spaces, like truthful spaces.
Right.
Like there's no coming back from technology. Kids ain't ever gonna learn like we used to. They ain't ever gonna play like we used to. Like it ain't ever.
At that point, you're just preaching to the choir. You got a church. You preaching to people who gonna come back and believe whatever you say. You're not going out to the masses.
But no, I'm not saying like stay where we are. I'm saying be in those spaces, but be a truth teller in those spaces. Be
that's the big thing, being the truth.
Yeah, like we have to be in those spaces because there ain't nobody reading the newspaper. Ain't nobody, you know, barely watching, you know, the local, you know, stations. Things like this, podcasts, you know, Facebooks and YouTube, that's where information is being garnered.
So you're talking about the independent like media.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The old ways are gone.
That's sad though. I mean, because you can't.
Old is gone.
And that makes, again, this whole conversation is difficult, and that's why you got people like Usher saying, you diversify in your portfolio. You talking to somebody, and then, I don't know, you're not honest about that, how that's going, and maybe you miss something. I guess it's like the 80-20. You're getting 80 over here, but you're missing this 20 that this 80 is not giving you. So when that 80 comes back in text, it's like, oh, man, well, maybe let me just dip over here and just get this 20 real quick. The 80 will never know.
The 80s gonna know.
You ain't got. I don't need an amen.
The 80s
but
gonna
I
know,
heard-
guys. The 80s gonna know. Because you know
So-
what? You're gonna break your pattern.
And with the 80-20 rule, it is truthfully that in 100% of whatever you're doing, 20% is where you're gonna find this problem. So you're messing with the problem.
You're messing with the problem.
You're messing with the problem.
You're not messing. I think you're more dipping your finger in and then going back, rinsing your hand off, going back on.
You're messing in it. You're messing it. You're gonna find the problem to whatever is going on with this
Right.
80 in that 20.
Right.
And if you keep going back to that 20,
Yeah, but that's all you getting. That's all you want is the 20. You're
But
not
wait.
looking from 80 for 80 from a 20.
But if that 20%, whatever that 20% has, if that's the only thing you're focused on, if that is great enough to pull you from 80%, something that has far more going on for itself than that, then that's your only focus. That's the only thing where you matching up with. I mean,
It depends
that's-
on what that 20 is.
And-
Usually the
all
20
right.
is 6.
so all right. So with that 20%, if you down for somebody 80%, but it's just this
Just
one
that
thing
20.
that's going back, why
Right.
not work with your 80
Right.
on that?
Nobody's saying we're not working with that 80. We're working with that 80
you-
while we're over
No,
here.
no.
And so now you're going from 80 to 82 to 84.
No,
Yeah, it's a
no.
process. And once you get to the 90,
No.
now you let this 20 go
can't.
because you already got.
But will
I'm
you?
just saying.
But the thing is, once that becomes 90 and this becomes 10, will you let it go?
We never get to the point where that is a 90 because y'all find out some kind of way.
Okay, 85%.
Hypothetically,
But anyway,
I've never been in a situation, but hypothetically, I would think
But-
you never get to that ideal point where you can, I don't want to say teach, but get her to that point of being a 90, that above that threshold, so you can leave this 20 because you got what you need.
But my thing is also, it's selfish because you're
I
only.
never said it would.
that you did
Because
not.
you
did
you
not.
only think about it from your standpoint that she got 80 of what I want, but it's this 20 that she got that I really like. When you could be 50 for me, but I'm working with
Right.
that 50.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's selfish.
That's
Exactly.
your problem. You don't want 50?
But I'm saying, and I'm not saying, yeah, but I'm working with 50 and I'm totally invested in this 50 so we can get to 100.
Why are you getting 50?
I just threw out a number.
Do
Throw
it.
out a better number. 50 is so low.
75.
All
Okay.
right, we're
All right.
working with it. 75.
75.
That's
And you,
fine.
how do you know you're not 75 for her? And she is just so invested that I am going to work with this 75 because I know we can be 100.
That goes back to the whole trust issues. We've done this. I've put all my eggs in this one basket
Uh-huh.
before, and it didn't work. So now I just need a little insurance. And again, I get it. This is what's gonna bring dating in the black community. Just the whole. This is what's gonna be the fall of us
Right.
because it's just gonna be a reoccurring cycle.
Mhm.
And I don't. That's why I asked if this is an irreversible course because I don't see a way to correct this. I really don't.
My thing is like, you're gonna have to create that space to where that person. I mean, from what we talked about at the beginning of this this table talk to now, creating that space where that person can say, "Hey, I kind of like you giving me 80, but I kind of like this 20 over here because I'm not getting it from you." And that person responds like, are they presenting a response to where they can make you feel comfortable with telling them that? Because that's where a relationship grows.
Yeah.
That's where that's how friendship grows. You have to, as far as a person hearing it, you have to be able to hear that and control your feelings so that you can hear that person. I feel it this many times. I'm sure a lot of other people do, especially when you care about somebody. You don't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
But how do you hear past your rejection? How do you hear past your fear? How do you hear past your hurt? And to me, this gets into love, like that ultimate definition of love. Me loving you, even in your ugly times, despite of your lack, you know, but actually creating that friendship, that role, to where I can hear that and say, well, you know, I understand that. I don't know what it's gonna take to, you know, get you through that, or how much time you need to get through that. But also, I'm gonna create a boundary, a healthy boundary, and say, okay, well, while you're enjoying this 20%, we can no longer, you know, I can be your friend, but we cannot no longer operate in certain. You're gonna lose certain things for me because you're risking me in certain things. So I might create a
What?
I might create a pathway. I might create, I might kind of switch on you. I'm gonna switch gears on you. I'm still here. You can still
Rightfully
call me. You
should.
can still text me and
Yeah,
stuff
you
like that.
should.
But say 20% of that other kind is you sex dabbing or whatever with you with her.
Dibbling.
Then don't that right there. But don't expect that in this other 80% realm. You're gonna lose that. Let's just be honest. You're gonna lose that if you come out and be honest. But you got to respect the fact that you're gonna lose that from her. Don't get mad at her because she pulled back in the area from you. And with that, that's a greater risk. Are you willing to, if she start pulling back from you, you open up a pathway for her to maybe find somebody else who's willing to meet her with it all.
And that's another, like, if I'm saying, okay, I'm pulling back, and
Right.
we can still be friends, we can
be
still
friends.
talk. But if I meet somebody again, I'm gonna cut off. If
Right.
we
That's
ain't,
fair game.
bye.
Right.
You know, like, we ain't talking, we ain't texting, because my energy is now redirected
Right.
someplace else.
But
Right.
that's fair game only if
Only if.
the communication is there.
Mhm.
And that's my thing, is I think of things in agreements. I've had a relationship, I've had a situationship, I've had an entanglement, but they've all been, they were agreed upon, both parties.
Mhm.
But if you don't have that conversation,
Right.
even when I did have that conversation, somebody in a situationship tried to go, be more. And I'm like, wait a minute, we didn't make an amendment to this contract. Oh, come on. I didn't agree to this. Now she gets mad, and now everything's blown up.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is that communication has to be there, where both parties, I think, both parties agree. I don't see relationship as love. I see it as a business deal. I see it as an agreement. That's me,
Mhm.
America, just me. That's what I see it as, because you got to see what people are bringing to the table. I don't want to struggle.
Mhm.
If you bad with finances, go be bad with finances with that Negro. Don't bring that over here.
Mhm.
I like stuff to be 50-50 and whatnot, but let me take another sip of this way, guys.
I think that's where healthy and toxic relationships, like conversation, communication. In healthy relationships, there are communications, there are boundaries, there are goals. In toxic relationships, y'all just doing whatever y'all want to, and it ain't no talking.
That's
it ain't
America
no,
now.
Right.
it is just.
Right.
So it's whether you want to be in a healthy relationship, giving your all, or a toxic relationship.
Right.
The lines are so
And-
blurred with that, though. Because of
And-
communication, because of the lack of communication.
And again, it's the, you don't want to get hurt, so I'm going to spread myself. You're spreading yourself so thin that you don't have nothing to give.
Oh, it's irritating. I
Like,
hate it.
you don't have anything to give because you're spreading yourself in fear of getting hurt,
Right. Right.
but you're never gonna get what you want.
But you can understand that spread,
I
right?
I can see why you don't want to get hurt.
I think that's the biggest thing I would like women to understand, is on our part, just taking that spread. Do you understand? A big thing of communication is listening. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying, do you understand from my point of view? Why? Because of the history that I told you about. Now, I'm
My
not saying
thing
it's
is-
okay. It's not okay.
So how would you feel if she does the same thing?
If she tells me her background and all that, I would understand. And
Okay.
we would just have to talk that out.
So
Communication.
you're okay with her spreading, and you're okay being spread. Y'all not in a relationship.
Well, that's what, I can bring up something recent. I was talking to someone about a couple months ago, and she told me, I think she was up in Huntsville, and I went up there to see her, and we went out, Dave & Buster's, whatever, and it was cool. And I asked her during the conversation, what are you looking for? She was like, well, I'm right now I'm just dating. I was like, bet. I'm in another mind frame now. I get back home. We still talk. She texts in, but she noticed. She was like, oh, why you're not texting me as much? I'm like, you're right, because you told me you were dating around. I'm not going to put all my effort into you when you're clearly dating. I'm just like, well, I guess I understand that. What you mean you guess? Why am I going to give my all and you send other people? That's no point.
Right.
And so you're right in that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
again.
know him, right?
But she felt some kind of way.
Yeah, she did. Like, she didn't understand. Like,
But again, that goes back to who you're attracting. Like, if we go...
There's no label on her forehead that
And
says
again,
she's going to be unreasonable.
But that's not her. But you, if y'all are cool with y'all just talking and being friends and vibing or whatever, until you find somebody that say, yeah, I'm looking for a long term, then you cut her off. Don't keep her for 20. You cut her off.
Right.
I mean, you make sense. I'm not saying you're not making sense. What?
Coming back to why you're bombarded more so with same-sex requests than, female requests, I just think that it's an avenue that they're used to. Especially if... Are you thirst trapping though?
No, so a lot of people say thirst trap. Now I can say one of those posts, it was a video, and I never really, I take my leg days pretty seriously. And so I was doing a back day one day, and I had the full body, and I saw that ass cheek, and I was like, because women want somebody with a nice, firm, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to put this out there for the women. But I forgot I couldn't limit my post to just women. So I get, like I said, I get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of flattering. They know they have good taste. Cool. But ultimately, I even had to make a post about me not being homophobic, but I'm not gay. And I still get messages. But anyway.
I mean, because, that ain't, it's just people gonna shoot their shot.
I can't fall for it.
And who's comfortable shooting their shot.
Exactly.
And if this is an avenue that they're used to and they're comfortable, they're gonna shoot their shot. And if you say no, you say no. And if not...
Yeah, it was like she was saying when she was reading it out, I'm not mean with it. I don't have any malicious. I'm not cussing nobody out.
Yeah.
Again, I'll try to be civil with it because I know they're again human beings. They have their urges just like we have our urges. I just let them down easily, and if they continue, then it might get a little testy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I just think it's an avenue that they're used to trying to receive something. And so...
Oh, they're trying to receive.
No deal. So, on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with our first topic, Uncomfortable Truth. We would like to thank our special guest, Nikita, for coming on and being willing to, bring part of his life into the table.
Hopefully we can do this again. Y'all invite me back. If not, I will watch the rest of it.
Oh, no, definitely. We're going to have him back because you guys, y'all keep continually key in because there will be a part 2 to this. And, we're going to, add to it. And hopefully we can, add to the group. And, hey, y'all, we trying to get kicked out. So, let's get kicked out.